Hello everyone, welcome back to Lilac Moon Tarot. Today's reading is a pick a card reading, important messages and advice you need to hear right now. If you're familiar with pick a card readings, you can go ahead and select the timestamps down below. So here we have pile number 1 with clear quartz, pile number 2 with tiger's eye, and pile number 3 with fluorite. So I always suggest take a few moments, pause the video if you need to, take a few breaths, really center yourself, focus on what it is you want to know from this reading, and then pick the pile or piles that you are drawn to, and we will go from there. So I will see you in your video. Hello, pile number 1, you picked the clear quartz. Now, these are just messages and advice in general that you need to hear right now. We're going to start with a few tarot cards and then end with a few oracle. Let's get started. So you've got the Five of Wands in reverse, the High Priestess in reverse, and the World in reverse. So the first thing with all of these reversals aren't bad. It's more you're spending time thinking about yourself, introspecting. What I see here, first off, the Five of Wands in reverse is actually more positive than the upright. It's you finally acknowledging all the petty arguments, wasted energy on these arguments, squabbling, minor fighting. You know, it's similar to the Five of Swords energy, but not as harsh, not as cutting. It's more, like I said, just a little squabble, petty arguments. But anyways, it's you recognizing that you're ready to move on from that. You're done with that kind of energy in your life. You are ready to move away from those kinds of people that are just holding you back with their petty bullshit, to put it point blank. With the High Priestess in the World in reverse, though, the High Priestess in reverse is telling you need to look inside, you need to trust your intuition. You've been ignoring it for too long, and you really need to redevelop that third eye energy, that intuition. You need to learn to trust it again, trust those gut feelings. They won't steer you wrong, and maybe because you've been ignoring those gut feelings for so long, maybe that's how you ended up in the Five of Wands kind of energy, you know, dealing with people who don't vibe with you, who are just there to argue, to squabble, and you're just like, I'm done with it. So maybe these are the first steps to really getting your intuition going, refocusing it. And I think if you can start to move forward with that, that's when you can get this World card to flip around. So the World in reverse. So the World is the last card in the Fool's Journey in the Major Arcana. It's the ultimate completion, coming together, you know, penultimate, amazing feeling of success and accomplishment and being on top of the world. When it's reversed, it's like you're not quite there yet, and for me it's a matter of identifying what it is you want your ideal world to look like. What do you want your ideal life to look like? What's holding you back from finishing this part of your life? It doesn't have to be a huge thing, but often it's a part of us that we're ready to let go of, that we're ready to move forward from, and it's something you need to identify what that is, what's holding you back, what's stopping you from reaching the end of this cycle and then moving on to the next one. So maybe some of the oracle cards will give us a little more insight. Your first oracle card says unlikely. So trying to get it in frame here. Let's do that. Okay. So there's something that maybe you've been thinking about, that you've been manifesting, that you're trying to work towards, and The card's just telling you it's a little unlikely. Obviously, nothing's set in stone. There's always free will. There's always the option to change something to correct our path. And so, like, don't take this as, it's not a no, because there are no cards in this deck, and like a no with an exclamation point. It just says unlikely. So maybe there's some sort of adjustment, some sort of switch that you can make to make it more likely to happen, if it's something that's really important to you. It could be tied to this world card as well. Just something, I just keep hearing the word adjust and change. There's something you just need to shift a little bit, and then I think things could start flowing in the way that you want them to. Your next card here says the masculine. It says lunar god on there. It's interesting because the high priestess is often seen, you know, as that feminine, divine feminine. And then here you've got the masculine. Maybe for the time being you need to focus more on the masculine side of things as opposed to the feminine side of things. I do think, again, it's very important to stay in touch with your intuition and all that, but for some reason you need to focus in on the masculine, and however that applies to you. Very interesting. Your next card here says transformation. It says things are changing at a cellular level. Deep healing. So transformation. So maybe there's some sort of change that needs to be made in order for this world to flip around. So that's kind of like my main focus, or like what I'm drawn to here, is that world energy. Because that's what we ultimately want to achieve, right? There's some sort of change, some sort of transformation that needs to occur, and that is occurring, in order for you to reach that penultimate world feeling, scenario, whatever that looks like for you, right? And I think it's just going to be hard. It's a lot of introspective transformation, I feel like, as opposed to like kind of things shifting around you, or like you manifesting things around you. It's an internal thing. With all the reversals, like I said, it's all about internalizing the messages for these cards and processing them deep within us. And that's where I think the big transformation is going to come from. And like with the masculine card, I get the sense of like kind of like forcing it, and kind of like the brute strength, like you just kind of have to do it. You gotta take the reins and just go for it and claim your life as your own. Claim it for your own. Create your life the way you want it to be. What else do we have? Yeah, get away from the people that don't serve you, the squabbling, the petty arguments, and I think you recognize that, and that's part of this transformation. And then the High Priestess and the World are kind of what's gonna come after you really awaken from removing yourself from these people that don't vibe with you. Your last oracle card here is a super attractor kind of message card. So it says, when I cultivate a spiritual connection, I can trust the universe no matter what. It sounds like you need to get in touch with the universe, with your spiritual side, which is kind of that High Priestess in reverse too, getting more in touch with your spiritual side, your witchy side, and your intuition as well. Maybe that's something you need to get back in touch with, and that will complete your world. That will make you feel more whole again. Maybe you've been doing things that haven't served you, and like that 501's energy, and you're realizing this isn't where I want my energy to go. I need a better vibe. And part of your vibe might be being more in touch with your spiritual side, however that looks for you, or more of a witchy side, or however that resonates most with you. And then in turn, as you get more in touch with who you are and what you believe in, the universe will start to provide, and you can trust that the universe will be there for you. Even now, like, if you haven't been in touch with your spiritual side, the universe is always there for you. Your spirit guides, your angels, your ancestors, whoever, whatever you believe in, they're always there for you, and you just need to reach out to them and ask them for help. And trust that they are looking out for your highest good, your highest purpose, and that they will provide the things that you need to reach that. And the transformation, that's what's going to happen once you move into that. Sorry, that message took a little while to kind of come together and come out, but I think it's a really, really good one. And is just getting more in touch with your spiritual side and moving away from the things that energetically drain you, and getting more in touch with your divine feminine, and then balancing that with the masculine as well. Don't get discouraged by the unlikely card. It's, I think, just a reminder, nothing's set in stone. And you can manifest anything you want in your life. You just need to put in the effort, put in the work. And right now, maybe you haven't been putting in that effort, putting in that work, doing the research. And so right now, the cards are saying whatever it is you're trying to manifest is unlikely. But if you refocus, like laser in on what it is you want, what you want to manifest, what you want your world, your ideal world around you to look like, then you can push that more to a yes, a more positive outcome. All right, pile number 1, I'm going to leave you there. Thank you so much for watching. If this did resonate, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe down below. Hit that bell notification so you do know when I post more videos just like this one. As always, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye! Hello, pile number 2. You all picked the Tiger's Eye. I kind of went with like really little stones for this reading. I don't know why. But these are important messages and advice that you need to hear right now. We're going to start with some tarot and move into a few oracle. Just a reminder that these readings are general, so take what resonates, leave behind the rest. Let's see what we've got. So you've got the Two of Wands, the Knight of Swords, and Strength in reverse. All right. First thing I notice is that you are taking the charge and making a decision. With the Two of Wands and the Knight of Swords. So the Two of Wands is you deciding which way you want to go energetically. And I like this card because I think it's the god Janus, basically what January is named after. And it's a god with two faces. One looks to the past and one looks to the future. And I feel like it's all about you looking towards the future and moving in a positive light. And where you want to put your energy, right? Because if we use all our energy and focus on the past, we're never going to move forward. We're always going to be stuck in the past, moving backwards, and that's counterproductive. You want to be looking towards the future and putting your energy towards things that are going to make your future better, and just way more positive. I don't know, just like so much positivity. I don't even know how to word it. And with the Knight of Swords, you're really taking charge of that plan. You have a very solid grasp on what you want your future to look like, and you're ready to charge forward, move forward. The Knight of Swords is like the gung-ho, like, let's go, get it done mentality and card. The only thing here is with the Strength card reversed, whatever it is you're ready to move forward with, it's going to take a lot of internal strength and depending more on yourself. So maybe you've chosen a more difficult path. I get the sense that maybe this pile is choosing to do something that maybe other people don't believe in or support. And so it's going to be a very internal strength, self-sufficient, self-reliant movement, ability to get things done. And it's not to say that that's a bad thing. Just be aware of it. Understand that maybe not everyone shares your vision or doesn't support the actions that you're taking. And I don't think it's a bad thing. I think what you're doing is probably really good for you and the right direction for you, to create the kind of life that you want. Just understand that a lot of the effort and motivation and strength is going to come from within and within you, and not from like external sources. Your first oracle card here is romance. So some of you might have a romance budding, and it could be with a air sign, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. My brain just turned off for a moment. I'm like, what are the air signs? Could be a romance budding forward, and maybe that's part of what's difficult. Maybe your family or friends don't support you in the relationship, and you need to have the strength to understand, your own well-being and love and care and support is what's most important to you. Could just be general romance in the air for you, which could be something that you really need right now. Keep in mind, maybe you're not looking for a relationship right now, but it's gonna pop out at you, and maybe just give it a try. Be ready. Maybe you don't feel ready, you don't feel strong enough to do it, and you have the strength, you just need to look inside. Your next oracle card says assessing. So that's really taking the time to look at the big picture and focus in on what it is you want. The number on the card is also a 9, which I noticed, and that's all about yourself, coming back into yourself, focusing in on what you need, internalizing, and that falls along with the strength card as well in reverse, because like I said, it's all about internal strength, strength coming from you. You need to assess what you need and what would make your life better, and look at the pros and cons of everything, and that kind of goes along with the Two of Wands as well. Deciding where you want to go, where you want to put your energy, where you want to spend your time, and then really just moving forward with whatever you decide. Your next card says Warrior Woman. If you weren't afraid, what would you do? That all ties together, and especially with the Strength card. If you weren't afraid, what would you do? If you had the strength, if you had everything you needed to succeed, what would you be doing with your life? What would your life look like? What does your ideal life look like? I think I just repeated myself, sorry. You have the courage, you have the strength to grab life by the reins and steer it to the direction that you want. Steer it to what you want your life to look like, what you want it to be. Be that warrior woman or man. It's all about fear. Fear controls us, and fear is a lie, because you think about any time that you were afraid, right? And then you do the thing. And then afterwards you're like, wow, that really wasn't that bad. That wasn't that scary. I could do that 50 times now. Like riding a roller coaster. You're like, oh my God, that looks terrifying. I'm so scared. And your friends convince you to do it, so you do it. And then afterwards you're like, let's do it again. Because you're just like, wow, that really wasn't that bad. I didn't die. I made it. Everything's fine. You have the strength inside of you to conquer that fear, to quiet that fear, to tell it to shut up. You can't let fear control you, or else you'll always be looking to the past. You'll always be stuck there. You'll always be afraid. Your last card here is a super attractor message. It says, the universe has big plans for me, and it's time to claim them. What a message. fear will stop you from claiming what the universe has for you. The universe knows what's best for you, especially if you're trying to manifest something and you feel like it's been blocked. I think this is a huge sign that what you're trying to manifest is there, and maybe you've been lacking the strength, or you've had some fear or reservations, which can kind of block manifesting. You just need to claim them. You need to own it. You need to stop holding yourself back. You need to just claim it. And that's like that Knight of Swords energy too. You're grabbing the sword, you're grabbing the reins, and you're charging forward at full speed ahead. You have a plan, you're gonna do it. There's a lot of like sword energy too with that like warrior woman. Like, she's got the sword and she's not afraid, and she knows how to use it, right? Claim those plans. Claim what the universe has for you. Claim your life's purpose. If you've been unsure which way to go, it's that gut feeling. You know which way you should go. You know what you should be doing. You need to start taking action and charging forward. Doing those things. And maybe, I think this romance card, whether you're in a relationship or not, whoever that person is in your life, maybe they have ideas or suggestions, or they're there to support you wholeheartedly. And I think that's something to really consider as well. You know, maybe you're thinking about changing a career path, or you really want to move and you're afraid that your partner won't want to move with you. Approach them with it, assess it, you know, look at it from both sides, look at it from their angle, look at it from your angle, present them with clear pros and cons for both of you, for everything, and move forward. And I think, you know, they're there to support you, and the universe is there to support you, and it's really time for you to just move forward and claim what it is you're meant to be claiming. Your life's purpose. Alright, pile number 2. I'm going to end the reading there. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe down below if this did resonate with you. Also hit that bell notification so you do know when I post more videos just like this one in the future. As always, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye! Hello, pile number 3. You all picked the Fluorite. It's a really pretty green and purple. Alright, so these are going to be important messages and advice that you need to hear right now. I'm going to start with some tarot and then end with a few oracle cards. As always, these readings are general, so take what resonates, leave behind the rest. Let's get started. You've got the 5 of Cups, Judgment in reverse, and the Knight of Cups. Alright. The first thing I really notice here is the 5 of Cups. The 5 of Cups is all about looking at what we don't have and what we've lost, and being stuck on that emotionally. Being caught up in things that have gone wrong in the past, things that, you know, failed relationships, and we're letting it hold us. We're letting it keep us in this state of fear and sadness. And instead, if you took the time to recognize the good things that are going on, the good things you still have or had happened, you could really move forward and be a more fulfilled and happy person. So I think what's kind of holding you back is this Judgment in reverse. So Judgment in reverse, to me, is like a lack of clear judgment on a situation. And whatever this emotional situation is, because you got the 5 of Cups and the Knight of Cups, so there's something very emotional going on with this pile. You're feeling very stuck, and you don't have clear judgment, and maybe you're lacking information in regards to another person. And I think it has something to do with another person, because the Knight of Cups is often that knight in shining armor coming in, offering that cup of love, safety, emotional balance, harmony, really there to fill your cup and make you happy. And I think the only way you're going to see them there is if you can release these things that are holding you back in this Five of Cups, because this artwork's actually really cool for it. And this is what's inspiring this kind of new meaning for me, is, you know, she's upset, she's crying, she's looking at all these spilled cups, and then there's this hand reaching up and holding her hair and, you know, keeping her trapped there in pain. You know, you think of someone pulling your hair, you know, that hurts. It's physically painful. It's so emotionally painful that it's physically painful, right? I'm sure most people have experienced that penultimate sadness where you just feel so sad, you physically hurt, you physically feel sick. It's exhausting. But a lot of times I feel like that's in our own head. And it is, because, you know, if she just turned around, she could see that she still had other cups that were full, and she could move forward to be happier. And the clouded judgment in her mind is what's creating this stuck, this like lack of being able to move forward emotionally. And this Knight of Cups coming in, it could be someone new offering help. So maybe you've been feeling depressed, you're feeling very frustrated, you don't know which way to go, you're just lost, and you don't have that, again, clear judgment on which way you want your life to go, what you want life to look like, and where to go emotionally, especially. And so maybe this Knight of Cups, it doesn't have to be a water sign, it could be Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces coming in to help you. It could just be someone offering that emotional support for you, and they might be the ones to help you recognize what you've been going through and how to fix it, and really turn around your judgment on the situation, so that way you can have clarity on the situation and recognize, like, oh wow, this did not serve me. Why was I so stuck on the negatives? I need to look at the positives of the situation and live life more fully. Let's see what the Oracle cards say, see if we get some more messages. Your next card says within the next few weeks. So I think this person is coming to you soon, within the next few weeks. Hang in there. I know it can be tough, and sometimes it's really hard, and just hang in there, hang in for the next few weeks, or things will start to get better within the next few weeks, you know, over the next few weeks. Maybe you'll meet this person really soon, and it'll take some time to get to know them, for them to get to know you and your situation and what you're going through, and really offer you that, like, I feel like it's just like a little nugget of advice that will help you and promote clarity. Fluorite's actually really good for promoting mental clarity, and opening that third eye and trusting your intuition. So that might be something you might need to look into as well. Your next card here says blossoming. I get the sense that this is like a romantic relationship. It's gonna blossom into something better, but also your life blossoming into more positive, because, like, you think about how dark this card is, and, you know, once you let go of the hurt, everything seems brighter, right? When you come out of a depressive funk, everything seems brighter on the other side, you know, everything seems better, food tastes better, things smell better. It's weird how our brains work like that, but it does. And within the next few weeks, as you move forward with, you know, this person, it doesn't have to be romantic. It could just be a friend who's really there to support you and help you grow and blossom to become a better version of yourself. They're there to support you, to watch you grow, to help you grow. Your next card is Fill Up Your Well, Retreat, Rest, and Refuel. So this is like so much like water energy, so emotional. There's just something that's so emotionally draining for you, and you need to take some time for some self-care. Maybe you've been letting yourself go. Maybe you've sunk so far in this depressive funk, looking at the doom and gloom of things. I mean, if you're watching this when I post it, this reading is timeless, but the world isn't great. There's a lot of chaos, there's a lot of change. It's overwhelming, and you need to take some time for some self-care. You can only control what's in your life. You can't control others around you. You can't control the world. Control what you can, but you need to spend time making sure that your own cup is full. You can't keep pushing forward in the world with an empty cup. You're just gonna keep running yourself ragged, running yourself dry. Make sure you take time to rest and refill your cup. Might be a good time for some alone time. Like I said, you have this Knight of Cups person coming through within the next few weeks, and I think it'll be a balance between communicating with them and having them help you, but also spending a lot of alone time and refilling your cup. Your last card here is a super attractor kind of message. It says, it's good to feel good. Let yourself feel good. Maybe you've been I'm trying to figure out how to word this. This is like a really important message. You've been allowing yourself to feel miserable on purpose. You're forcing yourself to feel miserable. You need to start forcing yourself to feel good, to feel better, to feel happy. Fake it till you make it kind of mentality. You've been looking at the bad for so long that's where you think you belong and where you should be. And that's just not the case. And I think part of that retreat, rest, and refuel, that fill up your well, is learning how to feel good again. And maybe this Knight of Cups coming in can help you feel good in more ways than one. And I think you'll finally be able to blossom, because I like how this is green and that's green too. It's growth. Green to me is growth and abundance and rebirth. And you think of all the green leaves in the spring, and coming from where everything, well, at least where I am, we go through a winter and all the leaves fall off the trees and everything's brown for 4 months, and then finally everything comes back and blooms and is green and lush and abundant and beautiful. It's good to feel good. It's okay to feel good. You're allowed to be happy. You're allowed to feel good. You're allowed to be proud of yourself. It's okay to be sad sometimes, but you can't stay there. You can't be stuck there. You can't allow yourself to live there. You need to regain your judgment on life. Everything's not as bad as it seems. It might feel bleak. It might feel very stressful and overwhelming, and so all you can look at this is the negative. Taking a social media break for some of you might be really big here too. Maybe you're overwhelmed with, especially like I said, if you're watching this now, you've got the news about, the pandemic and the election if you're in the US and whatever else, there's a lot of stuff going on all around the world, in many countries, that is crazy and chaos, and you're overwhelmed by it, but you can only control what you can control, and that's what's in your life. And so that's really, you need to fill up your own well. Whew. All right, I think we're going to end the reading there for you. Pile number 3, thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe down below. If you did enjoy this reading, hit that bell notification so you do know when I post more videos just like this one. As always, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!